Eurobox presents Rich and Elite, written by James Ekwode. Rich and Elite by James Ekwode is a thrilling, emotionally charged saga set in the fictional nation of Valoria, where class divides, hidden truths, and power games determine fate. At the heart of this gripping narrative is Saxon, a humble young man who unexpectedly rises from servant to leader of one of the most powerful noble families, the Glades. What begins as a job opportunity quickly unravels into a complex world of betrayals, political intrigue, and identity. Let's now welcome the author, James, who's right now connected with us to give us an insight on his new literary project. Hi, James. Thank you for joining us, first of all.
Thank you for having me. This is honestly a great honor, and hopefully people get to learn a little more about the book with me here.
Okay, so first of all, what inspired you to create the fictional nation of Valoria, and how did you develop this unique political and cultural systems in it?
Well, I will say it was a multitude of things. One thing that really helped me was the fact that my mother, she was actually really into Turkish dramas. And the moment she got onto it, she was very hooked. And there was one particular show, I forget the name of it, but it was very intriguing because there were so many different factors that made the story come together. And I just had to make something like that. Now, with making Valoria, though, I've always just been someone who's had their heads in the clouds. So I like to create like fantasy worlds and things like that. So I wanted to create like a nation that just felt very much like what you would see in that drama that my mother watched. So yeah, I would say it was a multitude of things, but those were like the two main things that kind of put everything together.
And Saxon's journey from servant to heir is both dramatic and symbolic, I'd say. What message do you hope that readers take from his process, from his transformation, from his growth?
Well, one thing I really want people to understand is that there's a lot of possibilities in the world. I think, especially in today's age, people have a very black and white view towards life. People either see life as kind of sunshines and rainbows all the time, and maybe not be aware of like many things that may stop you from achieving your dreams. But at the same time, people might see that there's no hope whatsoever. So people kind of fall into those two camps. But I kind of want people to see that it's possible to overcome many different challenges, because in the book there's a lot of challenges. Like it's almost like the moment Saxon joins the Glades family, there's like challenges left and right, and it's almost like he doesn't get a break when you go through the story. So, but he achieves his goals and overcomes each challenge very well, because he learned to overcome those things. And so I want people to understand that even if life is coming at you repeatedly, you can overcome those challenges.
Wonderful. There's also a strong tension between love, loyalty, and also power in the novel. How did you balance personal relationship with the broader political intrigue?
I guess I kind of drew inspiration from myself in this case, because I have a lot of different relationships. Like I have my family I have to take care of. I also have my friends that I keep up with, and just so many people just on the outside that I have to interact with. So it's a lot of just managing your time and understanding what time you have for each groups of people in your life. So I kind of weave that into the story and have Saxon kind of manage those different aspects. He has the different love interests he has in his life. He has to manage that and understands what time he has to spend time with them in their particular, part of the story. Then he has his family members at the very beginning of the story, his immediate family. Then there are the political powers in the story that he has to interact with as well. The people who put a target on his back the moment he became head of the household of the Glades. So, it's a matter of managing the time, I guess, you will, if you will.
All right. Last but not least, I made the last question a bit more dreamy or creative. If Rich and Elite were to be adapted into a film or a series, which is the scene that you would be most excited to see brought to life?
That's a very good question, and I've actually thought about this while writing the book. It's still a very hard question for me to answer because, again, there's just so many aspects to that book that I want people to see. And there's very serious and very real aspects that you can attribute to the real world that I want people to see. But I also want to see the kind of the nice dreamy, I want people to see the nice dreamy parts as well, where it's like, it feels like a completely different world and you want to be there, So I would say it's very hard, but if I had to do a coin flip, I would say the serious side, because at least people will get to see that reality first before they get to see all the nice and cool stuff,
Sure. Thank you, James. Thank you again for your time, for this insight, and we wish you best luck with the book.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Rich and Elite is an immersive cinematic ride that fans of epic fantasy, political drama, and character-driven storytelling will adore. Rich and Elite, written by James Ekunode, is now available in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Eurobooks.